Oh, that's a smile.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. We're here for the
Hey.
party.
Oh, yeah.
We're here for the party. We're here for
We're
the
here for the
party.
podcast.
Oh, the desire to drop a daddy. Hi. Hello. Welcome on in.
No. You don't do that. You don't do that.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this shit show. We are Murder Moose, part of the Slash and Cast Podcast Network.
Hey.
It's in the game. It's in the game.
It's in the.
I find myself funny. At least I do. Okay.
I find you funny.
Oh,
Okay.
funny
Josh?
looking.
I find you funny.
Kenny!
Hey.
How are you? How are you?
Me, I'm here.
How are you now?
Everybody, I fell asleep and we are late because I fell asleep. So, hello. But no, I'm
Kenny,
good. How
It
are
was
you guys
almost
doing?
me too. So hey, whatever.
It was almost just, we all just slept. Like,
I wanted to sleep. I'm sitting there going,
It's like lightning and thunder and hail and stuff in Calgary. Calgary.
that's the good sleep weather,
Yep.
whether you like it or not. Oh, God. Hi.
weather.
Kenny.
Why does Kenny sound like a 13-year-old Canadian boy who lives in the country and like hangs
Because you're
out
a
with
creep.
Speaking
And
of creep,
I'm,
no, that's a quick transition.
that's creep. Oh no, we're not transitioning to that yet
I was
because
going to say.
Ken did want to talk about the original Creep though, which we podcasted about at some point. But are you a big fan, Ken?
She's like,
Because
oh,
the
I
original-
love that movie. And I was like, I know. But,
But that's
it's
not the
that
one we're doing.
Yeah.
No, the one that I thought we were doing was the 2014, 2015, and this one was the 2004, 2005 or
I
whatever.
would love to go into Creep 2 because I still haven't seen it, and I've heard it's just as good.
Yeah,
I like
I'd be
it.
down for 2.
Yeah, Creep 2 is good,
I love that
And-
guy. I love that actor. God.
dude. He it's just so weird seeing, like, again, we talk about it on here. We've talked about it on here a bunch of times about how comedians transition to horror so well. And
Yeah.
if you don't, that guy is from The League, which it was a wonderful TV show about a bunch of adults in a fantasy football league who just torment each other, and it's very good. And he's very funny on there. Ooh,
I'm trying, guys. Wait.
You're
Oh, shit, wrong one. Oh, there we go. I'm editing on the fly.
You're doing
Josh.
great, sport.
On the fly.
you get a gold star, Josh. You get
Mark
a gold star.
Douglas.
Yep, that's him. That'd be
He's
the
been in
guy.
a ton of shit. He's so good. There was a movie he did not too long ago. The One I Love. That one's really good. I mean, he's just been in a ton of shit. But
Yeah, he's a really good actor and like content. Like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
I remember that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have to talk about my new favorite thing in the world. And
Same.
but
We were
Josh,
talking about this before you got here, Kenny.
oh,
about
Have you seen
Guardians
it?
3.
Have you seen it?
what?
Guardians 3.
Not yet.
Best
won't-
movie of the Marvel
Di-
capacity. At least. Actually, I don't even know. It's so hard because it's my favorite Guardians movie by far. I think it might be my favorite Marvel movie. It's just so
people
well
keep
done.
going, it's the best movie since since Endgame, and I'm like, all you motherfuckers have done is shit on every single one of those movies. And I'm sorry, I laughed and cried for 2.5 hours. Like I had
He really
tears.
made it a really
Yeah.
good, like, choosing one character to backstory and really give the movie that much heart is it really, I don't know, it gives me a lot of hope for the DC universe because I feel
Yeah.
like James Gunn has really made his career and gotten to a point where this was the most James Gunn movie I've seen. And I
Yep.
feel like with the whole getting fired and then rehired, he's like, all right,
And
now you don't get to Disneyify my movie anymore. It's a James Gunn movie,
Dude.
and fuck off. Like, it felt
Dude,
so
yeah.
not Disneyified There was the swear words. There was the
hand job
monsters that
jokes.
It was everything you want to see in a James
Yeah.
Gunn movie and more. And it's perfect. You will
Hey, you know
love it,
what?
Kinney. You will love it.
Yep. And I have to say this. I loved his Suicide Squad movie, and like I
fun.
feel like not enough
new
people have
one?
given.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Polka Dot Man and
They really should have named
Al.
it something else. It was confusing for a wide audience. People that
Yep.
don't know who James Gunn is, which, whatever. Like, if you're not a movie file like we are, you maybe not have heard of him, which is really strange, but whatever. But for the mass audience and the marketing, it's not going to land. They needed to like name it something else, a Suicide Squad story or something, because it works for Fast and the Furious.
You know what? I almost feel like we should do Slither next week to honor James Gunn.
Oh, I would love to get it. Oh man, this one, yeah. Well, because Slither, that's pretty much what he did. The same thing in Suicide Squad. It's like the same premise.
Yeah. It's all really good, man. But yeah, so if you haven't seen Guardians 3, it's the best, and I loved it, and it was very good. Chris Pratt has been making Hollywood a lot of money this last couple weeks because couple months because Mario and Guardians have made a bajillion dollars.
Good for
Yeah, I
them,
wanted
man.
to see it, but I haven't.
I still want to see Mario.
It's fun.
Yeah,
saw
of
it
course it is.
Yesterday.
And
was
Evil
fun.
Dead comes out on digital tomorrow.
Dude, nice.
That's insane. That's insane because it came out less than 2 weeks ago.
But like all those other movies like Mafia Mama, Dungeons and Dragons, Pope's Exorcist, Renfield, they're all on digital now already.
Yeah, I
it's
saw
kinda
that
crazy.
today. I saw that. I was really like,
I think it
oh.
was Thursday or Friday that they came out. So yeah, I'm really liking this like quick. Get it in, get it out quick. Quickies
I have
are
to
great.
I have to wonder, are they just putting shit out faster too? Probably not, but like with the writer's strike happening now and we're
No,
like
this
tomorrow's
is the new model that Hollywood theaters in general were they were so against it, and Hollywood was pushing for this like pre-COVID, and then when COVID happened and the theaters are like fuck, they all signed new deals. They're like, okay, well, here, we're fine, we'll only have your movies for a few weeks and then it can go to fucking whatever platform you want.
I mean, and let's be honest, like you go look at the things like Mario still play, like if a thing's still doing money in the theaters, it's still going to be in theaters.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I mean,
just
it's
makes
just
the
like
model for like cheap theaters is so what I don't even know. Like, when do they get movies now? It's
poor Magic Johnson. Yeah, I mean, Magic Johnson doesn't care. I think I was talking with I was talking to someone about it, watching something on digital, and it's still like $25. So it's like, it's really fucking expensive to rent, stream, but like people who still don't want to go to theaters or whatever, it's not that big of a deal. So, yep. So before we get into this creep shenanigans, yes, as Josh is holding it in his hand, as the joke was on Twitter, evil dwell underground. Yep. Is there anything else you guys have watched or like dove into as of late?
Just fucking, I just went all in on Succession, and I'm caught up now. And I just caught up on Saturday, and then Sunday rolls around, and I was like, "Hey, a new episode! Wow!"
Isn't that the last season of that show, right?
Season. But I'm current with it, so when it ends, I can be a part of the ending and actually. I like doing that. That's what I did with Game of Thrones. I binged it right before the last season aired. Well, actually, or the second last season was over. I didn't know the timeline, so then I was current for the end. I was like, okay, now I'm here, and it's over.
Now you're here.
Started Mando season 3 yesterday.
Nice.
And it was really good. They're heavily leaning on just comedy and like, but it's so good. Like I'm not complaining at all. So I'm very, very impressed. But
you got-
otherwise,
Have you gotten to Grogu's robot suit yet?
no, I've
Oh, it's a
gotten to
good-
his little shield, but
Yeah,
like,
his
He
little
is
chest
so
plate.
cute in this
Yeah.
season.
oh my god, he
so
like
cute.
pulls at my little heartstrings the whole
Did-
time, and I'm like,
it was-
God dang it.
Pedro, when he was on Hot Ones, he was talking about like the one scene in the second season where he had got to take his helmet off, and he's like, and fucking Grogu's out here out acting me. He's like, "Come on, man! I have my helmet off for one scene. Let me fucking do my thing." And Grogu's just sitting there being cute. You can see this. So- yeah, poor Pedro. I love him. I love him with all my heart. Pedro Daddy.
So do I.
Yeah.
Pedro
So do
Daddy. He's a wonderful
Daddy.
Oh my god.
Daddy.
Sorry, that was an accident.
Ooh, Daddy. Ooh.
I don't know what that says about me that was an accident that just occurred, but
It
Is
I
means
also
Is that
started
a
watching.
docking? Are they? Is that two dicks docking or? what
no.
is
It's
this?
your. It's like you're shy, Josh, and then you go ooh woo.
Oh,
You're
shy.
You're shy, and you say ooh woo.
I also started watching Love is Blind season 3 at the high pressure of some friends, and I forgot how much I hated that show.
I don't even
It's
know
like
what
the
love.
worst fucking train wreck because the whole time I'm like, this is garbage and I don't even want to watch this. And then I'm like, all right, but what the fuck is that dumb bitch doing? I'm like,
What
oh
is-
my God, this is awful.
Is that the show on Netflix where they make them look like cartoon characters and shit?
No, this is the one where they talk
They're
to
on a
each other
beach.
through like, no, they talk
Oh,
to each
right.
other through like walls, like so they can't see each other. And they have 10 days to like speed date all these people through walls so they can't see each other. And then at the end of the 10 days,
Oh, I've seen that
one will
video. And-
propose.
oh, I thought it was the one where they like they're the walls and then they're having sex with the people through the walls. No, that's
No.
different.
But that sounds like a wild porn that I'd be down with watching.
No, it's some like thing in like Sweden or some other place in Europe where they're the Czechoslovakia where they just have these holes where like there's like vaginas hanging through or something like that. It's like glory holes, but like on
The
steroids.
vaginas are hanging through. I don't want to know what kind of vaginas these are.
Well, the other parts too, Ken, like the butt and the legs and thighs, not just vaginas.
So just like the
The
from
other
the
parts,
hips
too.
down, just
Yeah.
hanging through a hole.
Basically, yep. And
I
then
mean, I get
people
it.
come in and have sex with them, and they have pictures of the women on the wall, or it's just they stick their dicks in holes, or
That's very brave of them.
it's glory holes on steroids. Like I said, I've seen the videos; they're kind of horrifying, but also weird, and it's kind of like fucking a pocket pussy, just with.
Who the fuck was showing me the other day? There's the sex VR that's been out forever, but like there was somebody at a convention that was doing like the sex VR, but it was like they were fucking a clear, like blow up doll. And then there were these other people that were like watching from within the VR game. And I was like, I don't know about that one. Like, because I mean, obvious, I've seen it before. I remember the first time I was at a convention and they were showing, like, I don't remember which VR, but they were showing off a porn VR game where you could, like, have sex with whatever in the VR game. And everybody was all excited about it. And I was like, not going to go fuck something in the middle of a game floor. It's so weird.
Yeah, I also realized at some point buying a
Doesn't
Steam
that just get
VR kind of.
messy?
You would think
I would
so.
assume so.
Yeah.
I was
like,
I had South Park on this morning, and it was the one with the priest becomes friends with Butters, and then the Roman Catholic priests send the cleanup squad, and they're like, there won't be cum anywhere. It's just they have the cum zamboni.
oh my god.
It's so good.
Whoa.
It's so good. I love it so much.
Whoa.
Okay. I don't know what else. Yeah, go see Guardians 3. It's wonderful. I hate tires. I'm gonna go off about that again. Yeah. I
Tires
think
are
that's about
great.
all. They're great. How many tires have you licked? Because if you know they're grape, that means you've licked tires.
At least 18.
Wait,
Man, it's-
what the fuck?
He said he meant to say great, and he said grape, and so
No,
I
I
just
say
rolled
grape all
with
the time. I don't even say great anymore. It's all grape.
You're a
I
weird
like
boy.
grape. I like artificial grape too. Give me
I
that
don't like
Dimetapp, bitches. I'm
I don't
out.
like the artificial grape. I like the regular grape. If you put a couple regular grapes in my mouth, I'm good with it.
They didn't have any grapes at the store today. It was very depressing.
Dude, the cotton candy ones are really good, but they're expensive.
Oh,
Ones that
yeah.
taste
They're
like
so weird.
Yeah.
I
They're-
tried one at the store, and I was just like, huh? How?
It's like your
This is
Have you ever
fucked.
had the like graples or whatever, where they are like apples that taste like grapes?
No,
Those are pretty cool.
no, I've not. Okay. Let us talk about this movie, which was
Let
fine.
us.
It was fine. It is Crete from 2004 in the England. Josh has a DVD, and it reads as follows: Trapped in a London subway station, a woman who's being pursued by a potential attacker heads into the unknown labyrinth of tunnels beneath the city streets. Okay, I'm gonna start this whole process with saying one thing. Josh is crazy, and that's not what I was gonna say. If you want to watch a movie about people attacking people in the subway, just go watch Midnight Meat Train. It's got Bradley Cooper. It's got
It's
Vinnie
very
Jones.
reminiscent of Midnight Meat Train, but also The Descent.
Yeah,
They
The
mixed
Descent.
and had a train baby.
I was comparing it to The Hills Have Eyes meets Descent,
yeah.
kind of.
But yeah, anything with like the creepy, almost alien-esque, monstery dwelling
I just
dwellers, rather, not dwelling.
this movie felt like it tried to be something it wasn't and hadn't set up for itself. It was like setting it up for like a Descent like movie. This thing was attacking people, and then like, but we don't want it to be that. We want it to be Hills Have Eyes, where it's, you know, like biological people who are nature freaks, and we're gonna give you all these hints about all these things, but you're not gonna explain anything. And then all of a sudden, this monster guy who's been just grunting and groaning for an hour is gonna speak a full sentence, like with
No,
the most
don't do that.
with the most proper British accent I've ever heard, because this movie's
all
all
British.
in London. Yeah, except for Run Lola Run, who is very German.
She was looking good.
Except for her hair, man. It was that like her hair was a color and
I just
she had
love the
bleached it.
setup of why and how she pulled a continue, fell asleep on her way to go and try and fuck George Clooney.
I
that
have
she
only
doesn't
tried to
know.
fuck George Clooney once. Okay, that's not
Yeah.
true. I haven't. But
I've
that is
only
now
tried-
forever what pulling a continue will be. All right.
Okay, trying to fuck George Clooney. I mean, I would
Falling
pull a
asleep in a
continue.
subway while on our way to fuck George Clooney is now known as pulling a continue.
Yes.
Have you ever pulled a continue? Let us know on Twitter.
I mean, George Clooney pulls, so a lot of people have pulled a continue. It's like a lot of people have pulled a continue.
No. It's failing to pull and falling asleep.
No.
Yes.
in
I
it.
mean, I'm saying that a lot of people have already fucked George Clooney.
Oh, yeah,
So
well,
by
of
that
course.
thinking, a lot more have tried to fuck him and weren't successful. I don't know how many of those people passed out in the subway after one little vial of liquor. But also, what kind of idiots are working in this fucking London subway? They're just
Right?
like,
yes.
nobody checks on the drunk girl, passed out girl who could be dead girl and just leaves her on a fucking bench.
Because
And
I would assume, like, even they would have to, like, you know, based on just security alone, like having to, you know, like the one guy
Lock up-
said, like having to, like, hide or, you know, get the homeless people, you know, out because of
it felt like-
safety and shit.
felt like the scene from The Matrix. You're waiting for the train. You're fucked. You're here forever.
Yep. You just live here now, and this is it. Also, the rapey guy showing up made absolute zero sense. Like, made zero sense in context with anything. How did Rapey McGee somehow get through the gate and jump on the train that she jumped on when how did Rapey McGee get
Yeah.
down there? That made zero sense. Like
That-
there was
yeah,
no.
That was very disconnected and very disjointed. And I did not. I will say, though, like at one point when she's talking to whatever the fuck his name was, the guy that was like trying to help her, and he's like, why are you like trying to save him? He tried to fucking rape you. Like, I
Yeah.
get why she was, though.
Yeah.
And like, I saw that. I was like, ooh, I want to talk about that. But yeah, it made no sense. How was
Yeah.
he down there?
I felt like
So
this
I was-
whole movie was, I don't know, it was super half baked, but
Yeah.
then also
Well-
half created as well. It was just kind of very. It almost felt like the whole movie was the train, like literally.
And then it wasn't long enough, and then they
Yeah.
just had to keep at. Well, the thing is, this movie is significantly better when you don't see the creep monster thing. Like, it's significantly
Yeah.
better when you don't see the guy
It
because
had
you're just
some
seeing his arms.
decent kills and like gags and that type of thing. Like I said to Rod before we started, I feel like lately we've been very spoiled with the amount of like new big budget, really well produced horror movies that we've been watching, to like dive back into an indie movie that right after the movies we've been watching is like jarring almost in like comparison. But I've seen a lot of way worse movies, and this one is not terrible. It's just not up to
Yeah.
par with fucking Evil Dead Rise and Scream 6 and stuff. So
I
Right,
didn't hate.
right.
It wasn't terrible. It was just like it felt like a movie that they were like, this isn't going long enough. We need to add stuff, and they have all this content, especially the fucking the like last 20 minutes or so of this movie, where all of a sudden this guy is like speaking with a proper British accent, and there are like baby jars that they're implying stuff but don't explain any of it. They don't like. They have
that's
him
where
like
it was a lot more decent-y.
yeah. Well, and then he can't put on a rubber glove, but he could speak with a like.
But now when he was speaking, he was just mimicking what he heard, right?
I mean,
Because when he was like, "No,
Potentially.
please don't let me go. I won't tell anyone." That was what
Maybe.
the girl had said on the table as he was like stabbing shit in her vagina. Like,
which was horrifying, by the way.
that made my whole
Yeah.
body like seize up.
There were some pretty disturbing parts for sure.
Well, also when she killed him and she's like, "Say your name" or whatever the fuck she said, and was like, because she sees this wristband that has his like Charles or whatever the fuck his name was. It was like that in the pictures of the doctor, who I'm like, they're implying that this guy was doing experiments and made this guy, but no indication of why or how. Is this like experiments? Is this like inbreeding? They don't give you anything of that. They just kind of like have this setup and this whole scenario where they were like, they don't show you where any of that stuff is, like under like the subway. Like these characters are like teleporting across time, basically, it seems like. And it's just like, the end of this movie is a mess. Like it's a mess. Like I honestly think it was the first, hour of it is way better than the last 20 minutes where like,
Yes.
I
and
agree.
it's because I like the homeless people, like the guy and the chick and her dog, and they did that fucking thing where they fucked with you and they make you think they killed the dog, and they don't kill the dog. But then the dog, who had been covered with blood the last time you saw it, just comes out and is like completely like clean. You're like, who cleaned this dog off? Who cleaned this? Also, the fucking old British dude is at the beginning of the movie is my favorite character in this whole movie. He's like sitting there laughing at the black dude for like getting shit and stuff into his mouth. He's just like thinks it's the funniest shit in the world, and he gets murder killed, and it was very sad. But there's a lot, like, it just felt like they were like, this movie isn't long enough. We need to add stuff, and they did, and it's the thing we talk about in this podcast all the time. Seeing less is better most of the time, especially in horror movies. And
But
like
the
as soon,
runtime was only like an hour and 20 minutes, and I feel
Yeah,
like
I
this
know.
should have been almost like a short, and it wasn't.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they just could have kept having him in the shadows. They didn't need to show him. And another movie where if you go, well, if your main character wasn't a moron, it would have ended a half an hour before it did, because they get out of those fucking the poop bath containers, and she hits him with a shoe in the face, and then has that fucking pole. And like could have just that he was, which was a cool weapon. Like when he pulls the one dude up with the hook and shit like that. There's like, it almost kind of reminded me of See No Evil, where Kane is like pulling
Right,
people up with
yeah.
those like grappling, like the scorpion kind of hooks.
WWE presents.
I keep hearing that See No Evil 2 was way better than the first one, and the first one was bad but entertaining. But then you realize that guy who played them is. Lives in continuous hellhole of a state and is an asshole piece of shit on top of that, and likes Donald Trump and everything like that. So you're like, it's in the game. It's in the game. I think we were talking about this is the main actress in this movie was from Run Lola Run, which I've never seen, but I've heard good things. She does a good enough job. Besides her, she gets. I mean, almost everyone killed in this movie is directly killed because she's an idiot. She gets the black guy killed for sure. She gets the druggy lady gets a machete shoved up her hoo-ha. She gets like everyone killed, and you're just like, lady, if you get a chance to kill someone in a horror movie, you kill them. You don't try to reason with them. You don't stop the angry black guy from punching the monster guy in the face repeatedly.
She's also from all the Bourne movies as well.
I haven't seen any of the Bourne movies in a long time. I think I saw the first one in the theater and maybe the second one, and then at some point my wife and I watched the Jeremy Renner one, which was fine, just weird. And yeah, Jeremy Renner, by the way, is finally walking after almost getting murder killed by a snowmobile. So
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah.
With this movie, something I thought was really interesting, the guy who played Craig took them 7 hours to put his makeup on and then 3 hours to remove it. I mean, I guess if you take back to the fact that this was 2004, but that just seems
What's
like
all
a
the
very long time.
what's the body prosthetics or what?
Yeah,
What
but-
took it?
Well, yeah.
He was the bad guy in Mission Impossible Fallout. That's where I recognized him from. Yeah.
And the
yeah,
dog is from Creep.
all I could think of during that was Wishbone the dog, because it was a little
Yeah.
Jack Russell Terrier. You know what the makeup actually kind of reminded me of too, besides The Hills Have Eyes? It kind of reminded me of Descent, like we talked about, Josh.
Yep.
But it also kind of reminded me of I don't know why, it reminded me of the 30 Days and Nights vampires a little bit. Like, I don't know. It was
I
that
could
kind
see
of
that.
stuff. Yeah.
I liked that movie. I don't know. Josh Hartnett had his time where he was like in all these movies. There's a few actors like that just kind of like had the niche, had me like hooked, and I was like, yeah, I can't wait to see more with that person in it, and then they just fucking disappear, and that was definitely one. But he's back now again. But there's just a few actors. I don't understand how or why that happens, but it just does. They're like the flavor of the week, and then they disappear.
It's like Joseph Gordon-Levitt got like Looper and then has fallen off the face of the earth again. It was like, where's Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Batman and Batman.
No, he was Robin.
Yeah. Well, no, he was in Batman, and then all of a sudden,
Wasn't that before Looper? I don't know.
no, that was after, wasn't it? I don't fucking know. Don't quote me that. I didn't even
I'm
fucking.
gonna
finish
quote
my
you.
Sentence.
I'm gonna
Don't
quote you,
me
Josh.
that. When does the Meg
Quote-
2 come out? We should do that. with
Ooh, I don't know.
with
The first
with
one
what's her name?
with that
Shark
The
KPP
Week.
lady.
Trench
What's her name?
comes out
Next
August
time she's
4th.
on, I'm gonna call her what's her name?
That means that we should just do the first one with her because that movie's terrible but entertaining.
Meg?
August 4th.
Yeah. Yeah, Meg, the first one, is terrible but entertaining.
It's so good. Are you fucking kidding?
It's a terrible movie, Josh.
No, it's so good. Are you fucking kidding?
Dwight from The Office plays the biggest idiot in the world in that
It's in the game.
movie.
It's glorious.
It's the
It's
best.
glorious, but it's
Ruby
terrible.
Rose is in that. I haven't seen her in anything in a long time.
Yeah.
There's also Beau is Afraid still.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll
yeah.
just wait for that to go
That's-
to digital. Hey,
I was going to say, that's not even in theaters anymore. That movie must have bombed hard because,
well, it's a
like,
hard sell, man. It's a hard sell. It's not full on horror, and Ari Aster, that's what he's known for. So he's going against the grain there, and it came
Well,
out
that
at the
and the-
same time as like going against an actual horror movie on the release weekend. And it's like if you're confused about, like it's not a horror movie, but it
Well,
kind of is, and it's. I don't
and
know.
then the trailer was wild, and then you saw the reviews where everyone were like, "What the fuck did I just watch? I don't know
Yeah.
what that was." So you just sit there going, "Yeah, that
Some
does
movie
it."
Theater is weird. They have taken all kinds of shit out, but John Wick 4 is back in.
It's because
Right.
that
I like-
movie has fucking legs, and it just keeps living.
It's great, but it's also like almost 3 hours long. So it's one of those movies that they
Yeah.
don't like. They'd rather keep playing Mario because it's like 90 minutes and you get kids in it all day, every day. So
Yeah, we have like 7 showings on Friday of Mario. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 25 showings of Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
That's all
yeah,
you need.
it was.
It's wild.
I looked at the theater yesterday, and it was like of the 10 screens, it was like 6 or 7 of them were playing Guardians yesterday, and then it was like Mario was one, and they were playing Evil Dead Rise, and then they were playing some other weird movie I'd never heard of, and I'm like, okay. So it was like 8 screens of Chris Pratt at the theater. It was like so much Chris Pratt everywhere.
Oh, God, but next week, Fast X comes out.
Is
It's
that
gonna
next
be
week?
so bad.
It looks like Thursday, the
It's gonna-
18th.
It's gonna be so bad. Also, the dog's name in the movie was Ray the dog, but the
Yep.
dog's real name is Strapper, according to
Yep.
IMDb. Strapper's been dead a very long time because this came out in 2004 in England and 2005 in America or something. But poor
It
Strapper.
upsets me seeing the amount of money it brought in versus how much money Renfield brought in.
Which-
Oh
Upsets.
no,
This one brought in more than Renfield, I think.
This one?
I'd never.
Creep?
Yeah, I think so.
Probably in England, because I'd never even heard of this movie. I had never heard of it before we got suggested on Twitter. I had
because
I had
the
a
other
good.
Creep came out and kind of, that's the only one I know about.
Yeah, but the only people who know about that creep are the people horror community. Like no other people know about that movie.
But
That
it's a
movie
meme.
is so-
So good.
Yeah, dude, that fucking
The mask?
what's the mask's name? Peaches.
I love that mask.
It's
great.
fucking creepy, dude. It's
Yeah.
creepy. 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 I think that like it generally seems like, I don't know if this is written and directed by someone named Christopher Smith. It seems like he might have gone off the rails a little bit, and it seems like this was his.
No.
So this was his second movie directed. He directed something in 1999 called "The Day Granddad Went Blind," and then this
There we
in
go.
2004.
Yes, that scene. Oh my God. I forgot all about that scene. Jesus.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, it's so good.
The movie is so disturbing.
Oh, he's the director who did fucking Triangle, which is one of the weirdest fucking movies you've ever seen. It's a time loop horror slasher movie. which is a wild ride. So I think there's probably most of the issues with this film were the script, to be honest, and just not having enough material translating into, an 80-minute runtime. So you're sitting there going, well, we need to add more stuff. I wish, okay, they have this reoccurring thing where every time Craig shows up during the movie, there's rats, but then they don't explain any of it. Like
and they drop it. It could have been so good, but they dropped the whole thing.
Yeah, as soon as they start showing him, the rats don't, like, you see rats like one other time or something like that. Like, you don't see them anymore after that point. You're like, so this wasn't a thing then, or it's only a thing when you can't see him? Because I like the first time you see his arms take out rapey guy, you're like, oh, this is creepy. And then it's just like, nope, not anymore. No, we're gonna see him, and you're gonna like make him. Sometimes gonna make weird noises. Sometimes he's gonna talk or mimic. Sometimes he's going to think he's a doctor and put on rubber gloves horribly wrong. And yeah, it was just like consistency in any type of movie is pretty important, right? And this movie doesn't stay consistent with the lore of this Craig character. And I wish they would have, like, I don't know how you do that, like in this film, especially if the Craig guy is just a mimic. Maybe you do article on the wall. I don't know, man. Something to like to try to explain. I mean, how else do you do that? Like, instead of them just finding this picture of like the doctor and the kid on the wall, you're like, there's nothing that you get from any of that. And then it ends up just being a implying thing, and then a setup to shove a hatchet or a big gold knife up a woman's hoo-ha, like we're talking about. Up her hoo-ha. Hoo-ha.
Hoo-ha.
Hoo-ha.
Ass and titties.
Ass and titties. Ass and titties. Ass and titties. Ass and titties. Are you doing? Is that Hellraiser?
Dance.
Yeah, but that's Hellraiser's ass.
Hellraiser's got an amazing ass, especially the new one.
Oh,
I had a really good conversation about Hellraiser this past week, so now I need to go through and watch like the first three.
First one's way better.
Original ones. Yeah.
The second one's really good until it goes off the rails at the end because they ran out of budget, and it just is fucking bonkers at the end. It's like, it kind of feels like the end of Monty Python and the Search for the Holy Grail, which also ran out of money, and then so they just do the weird, like, the police show up and like, yeah, so. That's what it kind of felt like. It was like, oh, we're out of money, so just do some crazy shit, and that will be the end of Hellraiser 2. And, yeah. And then you have that.
I
don't believe you.
I just don't believe you, Rod. Rod,
Josh,
there's just something about you that I do not believe you, Rod.
I look in the mirror, and all I see is someone I should not believe.
Hey, Rod, there's just something about you that I cannot believe.
Hey, Josh, I would like to tell you there's something about you I cannot believe.
I'd like for you all to know that I feel like I'm going through a fever dream right now, and I don't believe that.
I mean, how well I slept last night and I'm feeling right now, I'm just like, it kind of all goes together like that. I'm just like, is this
what?
Is this real life?
It's the 40-minute mark. This is when it just unravels every episode. It turns into, I don't know why I keep talking like this too.
Josh, it's because you've lost your goddamn mind.
Yeah, this is my 8. This is the we should almost have like a ticking, like a clock. It's like when it gets to the 40-minute mark, it's like ADHD alarm goes off. Nothing can be contained anymore. We're not going to talk about the movie ever again. Oh, we might go back and talk about stuff we already have again, but this is when we open that drawer and whatever comes out.
To be honest, there isn't a lot to talk about with
Yeah,
this
we
movie.
can't talk about the movie for as long as the length of the movie.
I mean, you can't. It's like very basic monster chases people in the subway kind of thing, and then turns out to be some weird genetic anomaly of the Hills Have Eyes and Descent, who also can voice people and shove things up people's hoo-has.
Kitty!
And then-
It's just a weird fucking movie. I mean, like, it wasn't bad by any stretch of the imagination
Yeah.
at all, but it was just weird.
Kenny!
Kenny.
What?
Oh my God, they killed Kenny. No.
Kenny!
Okay, the ending of this film. Can we talk about the ending for a second?
No.
Because it was also very weird. I'm just ignoring Kin's no. She fucking scorpions this motherfucker.
Ignore her now. He can't. He can't
Do-do-do.
do it. Look at it.
Yeah, I know. She scorpions this motherfucker with his hook thing, which I don't know where it came from, and then
Is she
throws it
sad
to-
about it? Is that what happened? Was she like sad, or is this just because I feel like
She
that
was just stupid because like the
she
whole-
showed empathy before with her like guy that was trying to rape her. I felt like that was like one of her character flaws. Like she's showing, I don't know, she maybe felt safer with him because she knew him, but he also tried to fucking rape you, and that's not good.
right.
So I don't know.
That would be a character flaw. Yeah,
Very
Kin,
much.
talk about how stupid she is, because I want to
Sorry.
hear this, because I already talked about how stupid she was. But
Well, I mean, it's difficult because, like, with her, my thought was, okay, she obviously doesn't want to hurt people. She obviously is like one of those that's greater bark than bite. But like, I don't understand what caused her to pause so violently every time. Like,
yeah.
I understand, being like, oh, if I was in this situation, blah, blah, blah. But like literally the time when she's sitting there staring at him and he's like speaking to her while trying to kill the dude, she's dumb and she upsets me. And all of her decisions are dumb and dumb. That's yes.
Dumb. You nailed it. Dumb, dumb,
Yes.
dumb, dumb, dumb.
Oh wait, I forgot.
Okay.
I'm on a podcast, not just video. I'm just like nodding. Yes, I concur.
Yes.
So she scorpions this guy with this hook and throws it in front of a train. And then it just like leaves a weird wound in his neck and he sits and bleeds out. And I was waiting for him to come back and get her because she's a dumb, dumb, dumb. But
Dum,
A dum,
da,
dum.
dum, dum.
dumb, da, dumb, dumb. And then the dog shows up and she's homeless all of a sudden and gets people. Yeah. What was that, Josh? What was that?
I love you, Rod.
Josh.
Don't worry.
I love
Don't
you.
worry.
I love you too, Josh. It was just that whole sequence was very odd. Like it was like I wasn't quite sure what they were trying to do and that at all. Like they have this if you have this hook on someone, wouldn't it like rip his head off? Or, like they need something more extreme. Like it would, like the finale felt like we're like this monster's
I felt
been
like
going.
some of the special effects were they knew how to do this, and it didn't matter what how someone was going to die. They only knew how to do this. So that's what everything, like, even if it started out like you thought potentially they were going to do something else, as soon as they cut to something, it was the same type of effect. It was like they did
Yeah.
a good job with that first like throat slit and it like looking open and stuff. But then all of the like horror after that was only that. And they kept kind of reverting back. I don't know.
Yeah, there was a lot of neck kills, right? It was all neck kills, really, right? Like, I guess the black guy got the thing through his head, which was probably the best effect in the whole movie, right? Okay, did you two notice this when the black guy is fighting the monster dude, Craig? He's like got his eyes, thumbs in his
Yeah.
eyes, And then like they like go to her and they go back and his like thumbs are in his like fucking ears or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do they fucking do? Like it just wasn't consistent. It was like there was 2 takes and they weren't like they're like, oh yeah, no, oh no, then they're back. It was just like weird editing, right? It was like, what is going on with that? What is going on with that?
2004.
I mean, they can edit movies in 2004.
I don't know, Rod. I don't know.
I don't know what is happening in this movie. I do not know what is happening in this movie.
I do not know what is happening next week. Do you?
Josh, we're only at 45 minutes. We have to like get something to go for at least an hour.
But I feel like if I bring it up now, we might actually have an idea by the end of the show.
No, I already have an idea. I want to do high tension.
Uh-oh.
What?
Oh.
I want to do high tension because I've wanted to do high tension for a while.
That was one of those movies that fucked with me. And I was like,
High tension?
Yeah. That's either that or we do what do you call it? The James Gunn movie. But I kind of wanted to do high tension.
Slither's awesome.
Slither is awesome. Have you seen Slitherkin?
I haven't, but I'm down for either because they both sound fabulous.
They are both good movies.
High Tension is one of those movies, though, that like
it's French.
A lot of people get very angry about the ending because it's kind of bonkers. It's a bonkers ending of a movie, but
it's French, so then it just then you remember it's a French movie and you go, oh right.
Yeah, they just added a bunch of the French extreme movies on Plex, or not on Plex, on Shudder. So they added like Martyrs. And on Plex, yes, Martyrs and High Tension and some of the other things that they just added, I think. So we have a place to watch them besides Plex. And now Josh holds up. Now Josh holds up the DVD.
Yeah, we can watch it here too. You guys want to come over and I'll put it in.
And we have popcorn.
No, Ken, you're not allowed to have popcorn.
But Josh will put it in.
Yeah,
Josh, have you put your penis in yet and gone? It's in the game.
I forgot until right after, and then was like, "Fuck, remind me next time." And she's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Just remind me next time to say it's in the game." And she was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Oh my god, I can't.
So you reminded me, so I'll make sure.
It's in the game.
It's in the game.
It's in the game.
So
She'll probably
wait,
high
is
five
she
me, to be
the
honest.
game?
Yeah, but she'll
No,
high five me.
Her vagina's it. Her vagina's the game.
Did we just lose the game? Is this the second week in a row that I've made that reference? I think so. And I
Maybe.
kind of don't like myself for it.
I mean, it's okay, Ken. We like you.
I need
The
more
crowd
buttons.
approves, Ken. The
need more
crowd
buttons.
approves. I mean,
No.
Josh, you need like a fidget toy, and it's just like your stream deck.
What is your favorite Fast and the Furious movie? Because that comes out next week or the week after or whatever.
Probably the first one with the Rock. I don't know.
Fast 5?
5, maybe. I don't know. One of them.
No, wait. Did he come in? Oh, yeah, he did come in Fast. Fast 5 is my favorite one, too. It's the best one for sure.
8 was really good. I like 1. It's never going to be Tokyo Drift. The only thing I like about Tokyo Drift is like watching people
I loved
like
Tokyo Drift.
it's terrible. It's a terrible film, and you should feel bad
It's my
about
guilty
liking
pleasure one. But the whole franchise is my guilty pleasure. I'm not a fan of the last one they just put out. F9 is stupid.
Too Fast, Too Furious was pretty terrible, but entertaining. And nothing will ever be worse bad than CGI Paul Walker driving off into the sunset.
I loved Furious 7. I thought James Wan did a good job.
I also laughed because I saw the pictures of Vin Diesel's child, who was like 3 films ago was like a toddler, and now he's like being taught how to drive by Vin Diesel. He's like,
Ken,
and
how many have you seen?
Maybe 2 of them, maybe 3. I don't know. I
That
just
checks
really
out.
like Ludacris. So I think Ludacris is hilarious. So anytime that like he's in something, I usually catch it. But I zoned out after like 2 or 3 of them. I was like, meh.
Ken, it's all about family. And you have to watch when The Rock gets involved. Because when The Rock gets involved is when it gets
You know what?
insane.
This is the difference between Guardians of the Galaxy and Fast and the Furious. Fast and the Furious says it's all about family like 82 times in the movie, but it's not actually about family. Whereas Guardians of the Galaxy, I think they said it once, but then the third movie like personifies it actually being about family, and you feel it. And it's a feeling and a vibe throughout, and that's why it works so well. Fast and the Furious, it's surface level. It's on the paper.
Fast and
but it's
Furious
not
will
actual.
never make me cry like Guardians of the Galaxy. I have cried twice in a Marvel movie. The first time was when Groot goes, we are Groot. That shit made me cry at the end of the first one. And I was crying for most of Guardians 3. Let's be fucking completely honest. I was like,
Kenny.
The Marvel, not Endgame. What's the one before Endgame?
Infinity War.
Yeah, Infinity War. The end of Infinity War with
Peter. Yeah, when Peter
yeah.
that probably got me too.
I lost it. Like
when he goes,
bald.
I don't want to go. Okay, I forgot about that one. That made
God, that one was
right. Yeah, Spidey, Kenny, and Spidey.
Spider-Man, Spider Pig does whatever.
Spider Pig does.
No, I just hope Jason Momoa goes crazy because I love him. And Vin Diesel is such an asshole. Nobody ever wants to work with him. He got Justin Lin to leave. He got The Rock not to want to do anything with him. And it makes me sad. And it sounds like they brought back more people who've died in previous Fast and Furious movies. It seems like they have given away every fucking every other weird story in the Fast and Furious 10 trailers, and it makes me mad and sad. And
I hate that this is the world we're in. Like, they do a pre-trailer before the trailer because they know everyone skips the fucking shit on YouTube. So there's like, this is what you're going to see if you watch the rest of this. And you see the whole trailer in the first 5 seconds, and then they play a 2.5 minutes. So you see the whole movie. It's like, fuck off. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Trailers. Dude, I don't watch trailers outside of fucking theaters now because I mean, what's my ass have to do with the price of eggs in China? Also,
your ass is happy.
My ass is happy.
Your ass is in the game.
I mean, it is. It's in the game.
Your ass is the game, right? Is that what we're? I don't know. I still don't understand why I'm saying this to my girlfriend, but it's going to happen, and I'll report back.
Because your penis is going in her vagina, so it's in the game.
Her vagina is the game.
Yes, exactly.
I don't understand.
I don't understand either, but I just want Josh to say it's in the game when he's
dick deep. Is that what we're saying?
I mean, what is the game? The game is life, and when you win, and your penis goes in the vagina, it's joined in the game. You think about it this way: your penis was put into this world to go into things, and the ultimate game. It's like, you know how man is the ultimate, thing to hunt. Vagina is the ultimate thing for a penis. I mean, for most people, not all people.
I left my weed eater running. I gotta go.
I just put it on you because he's going so far onto a male on male conversation, and Kim is actually here, by the way. So
Kim says lots of wild, crazy shit.
Oh yeah, no, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. It's not like anything like that. I was just like,
it doesn't bother you, but it's fun to see your perspective on Rod's weird. I don't even know his like.
It's funny because most of the time I don't even notice. I'm just like, oh yeah, and then sometimes I'm like, oh, that was That was interesting, but okay.
It's
like,
not half
whatever.
as bad as what he used to do. Like at the beginning of our podcast, he used to like try and like weird me out or something. He used to go on these weird tangents that were like really weird, but it was just him and I. So he loved to get a rise out of me, and I'd be like, "Oh, what the fuck, man? What are you even saying?" And I feel like you've tamed yourself a little bit since Kin is. Well, I don't know, not since Kin's here, but just in general.
I think that the rants have calmed down because there's 3 people to bounce things off of, so I don't have to like fill as much time being an insane person. I think is what's happening, but I could be wrong. I don't fucking know. And I could
mellowed a bit.
Maybe.
I was informed the other day that I have mellowed and I have changed, and my stream is much calmer. And they don't like. They were being nice, but the whole time all I could think was, you, dude. Like, I don't know why, but I was like, yeah, because today I'm depressed and tomorrow I'll be manic. Fuck off.
Ken, you're awesome and lovely.
Thanks.
And
maybe we're just getting older and we're getting more.
That's what somebody said. They were like, did you ever stop to think that maybe, just maybe, we're maturing and we don't have the patience nor the energy to be that over the top all the time?
I don't know about maturing, but I do turn 40 in August, so I'm getting older for sure. So I'm getting
old fart.
Ew.
I get Social Security in August. I think that's how it works out.
Dude, then sign me up.
Oh wait, and then in 10 years you get the senior menu too.
I got the AARP. I already get emails suggesting I join AARP. I'm like, how old do you think I am, motherfucker? I know I call myself old.
You're 40. You get that meme now, doctors.
But as I go over and over again, Josh, one of my things here, and mostly on my stream, is that I enjoy pegging. So like, a doctor putting his finger up my butt isn't going to be I'll be just like, can you tickle the prostate a little bit more, sir? Like, you're just gonna go in there and like not hit the fun button while you're doing the thing. Come on, man.
Only thing that I've noticed from when gentlemen have their prostate examined is that most of the time the doctors are good about lubing up their fingers, but every once in a while they're not.
I've put enough things in my booty that like you could probably do it without much resistance either way. So you just probably better with a bunch of lube. So we're okay.
Fair.
And everyone, lube is always key to fun butt time. The more you know, dude. I'm just.
Where is that?
I don't know. I thought you had it. I was okay. The more you know, dude. This show is a fucking insane place. Okay, do you guys want to do then? Do you want to do Slither or do you want to do High Tension?
Yes.
I'm leaning more towards Slither, but that's just because
I'm good with whichever.
I fucking love that movie, and it's been way longer since I've seen that.
Let's do Slither because we'll celebrate James Gunn because then we're just going to talk about Guardians 3 some more.
Yay!
So what I'm hearing is that I need to watch Guardians 3 this week as well. Oh, right. Gosh, if you're going to twist my arm.
Twist your arm. We're doing
I would
Brazilian.
say you should watch another movie that is kind of like a mascot of ours and stuff.
I don't know. We'll see.
You should watch it's a really cool movie we've talked about a couple times again. It's called Psycho Gore Man. You would really.
I don't think I've heard of that.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
It's only the best movie.
It's
okay.
I think Ken just doesn't want us to be happy, and she knows that if she watched Psycho Gore Man, we would be happy.
I think if she watches Psycho Gore Man, she
That's
can
my
be
goal.
like, "Hey, I don't have to be on the show anymore, guys. Bye."
She'd be like, "I'm leaving. Fuck you guys. You suck." Okay, we'll watch Slither.
Why would
next
you
week.
ever tell me to watch that piece of crap? Bye.
You guys are the worst.
So overrated.
You guys are the worst human beings
We're the
alive.
only ones putting it up to that level. Like no one else would scream at the rooftops like we have for 127, I think, episodes or something. Ever since we watched it on like episode 8, We have literally brought it up every single episode since, and
It's
no
not
other show.
Most episodes, yes.
No,
Most
every single.
episodes. Yeah. Well, you're an episode. You see who's behind me? Look at that.
I can't
Look at that
believe-
white bug.
Oh.
Hey, buddy.
That's the gizmo. The gizmo is here. The white boy. The white boy.
Gizmo, so he's so thick, but not like
He's-
fat, but he's like thick.
He's swole. SWOL. Swole.
Oh, and now he's leaving.
He ran away. Okay, so we watched Slither next week, which I haven't watched in years, and I'm excited to watch. I'm excited to watch again because James Gunn is incredible. I love him so much. Okay, we are going to tell you now to go to murdermoose.com. Go follow our YouTube. Go type in Murder Moose Podcast on YouTube and hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. We're going to tell you to go to joshwrb.com and joshwrb on Twitter. We're going to tell you to go to continue.com, stdhotel.com, stdhotel.com, onlynouns.com, and quaintain.com. I got them all.
Oh,
Without
wow.
any fucking
You
pause.
did it.
The final countdown. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And
He got it.
Come watch me on Twitch at Rod_Johnston, and I'm Rod_Johnston on Twitter. So do those things. Watch Slither. Come talk about this with us next week. And yeah, we love you, motherfuckers. And I guess anything else, you beautiful people?
The beautiful
Uh,
the beautiful people.
That's Marilyn Manson's favorite part of his door.
The beautiful people. That's Kin's next TikTok. We have it here.
It's already out there.
Okay. We love you motherfuckers for listening to this shit show. And we'll catch
yeah.
we'll catch you guys next week for Slither. Bye.
Bye.